All right, so there's no weather radio right now due to Discord being down. So we're just going to wait this 10 minutes and then we're going to get everything going. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get it going here. Live from the It's Weather Time Wex Lab and Texamet Studios, a tropical weather update starts right now. And our tropical weather update is going to bring us to the radar first. So right now, here's a live look at the Richmond Metro. We do have some flood warnings going on up here for Chesterfield County. We got some for Southampton County, Surrey County, and Sussex County, and Prince George County. These are all for the saturated ground that we've had up here due to thunderstorms being stationary. What's going on with those is the fact that, one, nothing's driving these storms away. Nothing's driving these storms. No, there's no wind driving these storms. What's going on with this is there's no wind in the atmosphere pushing these storms around. So they're just going to sit. They're sitting still. These are pop-up thunderstorms that originally fire up. They'll fire up. They'll release all their energy, and then they will die out. So that's what's going on with up here. This is why you got a bunch of flood warnings, and you got a flood watch that goes off the board here in about an hour. Let's take it back down to the Gulf Coast, and let's talk about what's going on down here. Right now, you're starting to get these outer bands of that tropical disturbance that's right here. And I'll show that to you on the watch warning map. So you're starting to get these bands. You're starting to get these bands coming from this particular depression right here. I don't know if it's a depression yet. I don't know if it's a tropical storm. All I know is this is a tropical disturbance. This is what's going on here. You've been having these bands come on shore from that depression. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the watch warning map. We'll look at the we'll watch your we will discuss this tropical depression or tropical disturbance, and give you up to date on that. Live from the It's Weather Time Wex Lab and Texamet Studios. Your forecast starts. NHC outlook, and that'll say everything right there. Let me go back to the NHC. Okay, there's the NHC. Sorry, I had to play with it a little bit. So the NHC is saying they're going to give this a 40% chance of coming into a tropical storm. Okay, so that's what the NHC is saying. This is the 8 p.m. advisory for the northeastern and north central Gulf. The satellite radar data indicate that the low pressure area moving across the northern Florida peninsula continue to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorms activity, like what I showed you on the radar, mainly to the south and southwest of its center. So when you think of it, let me pull it back up here, show you on one. So your center is right here, or your center is going to be somewheres in here. They're saying that it's the so southwest would be all this. So somewhere's in this general area around the Daytona Beach area. The center of it looks to be over Gainesville, according to the radar Omega. Um, so let's go back to the NHC. Let's finish reading it. So it's saying the activities mainly to the southwest of its center. The system is forecast to move westward, and it could emerge over the far northeastern and north central Gulf, possibly approaching the coast of Louisiana on Thursday. Environmental conditions over the Gulf appear generally favorable for additional development, and a tropical depression could form in the system's moves if the system moves far enough offshore over the next couple of days. Regardless of development, heavy rain could produce localized flash flooding over portions of Florida, the Florida Panhandle, Big Bend area through Wednesday. Heavy rainfall could also cause flash flooding for the portions of the north central Gulf Coast, which is northwest Florida and southeast Alabama, beginning late Wednesday and continuing through Friday. For additional information, please refer to products issued by your local National Weather Service office. So for the Florida Gulf Coast, southeast Alabama, southwest Mississippi, your national Weather Service office is in Mobile, Alabama. If you're on the Big Bend region around the Tallahassee area, your National Weather Service office is in Tallahassee. Okay, the formation chance through 48 hours is a medium 4%, 40%. Formation chance through 7 days is at a medium 40%. And I agree with them because it's not depending on. Let me see if I can't zoom in on this to show y'all. Depending on where this thing goes in this area right here, will depict how much can this thing strengthen. If it rides the northern Gulf, it may strengthen a little bit to a depression. But if it comes all the way out here, you might get a tropical storm out of it. So what I'm thinking is it's going to ride straight middle. Okay, it's going to come in the middle and come into Louisiana and somewhere around Louisiana and Texas, right in this region. It may, for all we know, it could come in like this and come back out. But I don't see that happening. But there's a very good chance it could. I'm not saying it will. It could. But more than likely, this thing's going to ride the Gulf, right into Louisiana. Okay? So let's check out let's see what, I want to see what Mobile's saying about this. Bear with me, guys. So they're not saying anything about this just yet. Let me look. So other than that, what's been going on up here in the Virginia area, pretty much pop-up thunderstorms, just becoming stationary. That's why we've been getting a bunch of flash flood warnings. Okay, so Mobile is putting out forecasts about this thing. So here's what this is, and I'll put it on the screen. I'll bring it to WEX 05. Computer, can we go to WEX 05, please? And I will bring this up into WEX 05. You're not going to see anything right now. Okay. So thank you for bringing up WEX 05, computer. So this is what this is coming straight from the Weather Service office in Mobile. This is their website, weather.gov/MOB. You can see everything I'm showing up here. Here's what the National Weather Service is saying. Here's what we know. The chance of the formation in the next 7 days is going to be 40%. 2 days, 40%. 7 days, 40%. And like we just mentioned, an area of low pressure will move into the northern Gulf by tomorrow. Conditions are generally favorable for development if it remains offshore. And that's if it remains offshore. And a tropical depression could form mid to late week. Just like what I said, if this system goes south and stays offshore, you may get a depression, or you may get a storm. If it goes north and starts riding the coast, it's just going to be a tropical disturbance. So formation chance through 2 days, medium. Formation chance through 7 days, medium 40%. Here's the local impacts for the Mobile Gulf Coast area. Local impacts consist of heavy rain could lead to flooding concerns later this week, with a high risk of rip currents expected by Thursday. That's general. We do normally get high risk of rip currents all the time on the Gulf Coast. You know what to do. Do not swim in a rip current. You've heard this. You've heard all of us say that for a while now. Here's what we do not know. Okay, this is what we do not know. This is what we're trying to figure out. This is what we are trying to figure out. What could happen with this storm? This storm could outrule everything. Okay, here's what we do not know. Whether or not a tropical system develops. We don't know if this thing could be we don't know anything about this right now, other than it's a disturbance with a medium chance of formation through 2 to 7 days, and it's going to impact Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. So what we do not know, whether or not a tropical storm develops. Point number 2, the exact track or intensity of the system. We don't know where this thing's going to go. It could go into Alabama. It could go into Florida. It can go into Louisiana. It could ride straight all the way into Texas. We don't know. We don't know where this thing could go. This thing can make a complete 180 and go right back out. Or it could go straight. We don't know, and we don't know the intensity of it. All we know is it's a disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms. Okay? Point number 3, how much rain will fall and where it will fall. Okay? I like that one because we don't know. Like we read, all the activities on the southwestern sector of the system. So we don't know. There's a lot of questions we have about this storm right now. Here's your actions around the Gulf Coast area, Mobile, Pensacola, Biloxi area. Continue to monitor updates from the National Weather Service Mobile, Pensacola office, the National Hurricane Center, and other reliable sources. Again, and you can also stay tuned to It's Weather Time, Wex Labs, and Text-A-Met Studio. Stay with us. We'll give you all the information we can. That's what we got so far. That's coming from Mobile. So let's see. So Tallahassee, that's going to be first. Tallahassee. Here we go. Tallahassee's putting stuff out for it. Okay. Here's tropical weather information for the Tallahassee area, the Big Bend area. An area of low pressure has a medium chance, 40%, of developing into a tropical depression across the northeast or north central Gulf in the next day or two, increasing rainfall chances across the northeast Gulf Coast through Thursday. Outside heavy rainfall and marine beach hazards. Little impact are expected across the northeast Gulf Coast. A reminder that is never a bad time to check on your storm preparedness kit. So what they're saying is pretty much what exactly Mobile is saying. We don't know. We got a lot of we don't knows about this system. Like I said, it can do a number of things right now. It's still in the early stages. So I wanted to show y'all that. Let's take it back to Wexel 1 computer. This is our main radar that we use right here at its weather-time Wexel. This radar is powered by Radar Omega, and you can see this big cluster of storms right here. This is the big cluster of storms associated with that tropical disturbance. I want to say depression. It's not a depression, it's a disturbance. And so pretty much if I loop this into motion here, so keep your eye on this big area of rain right here. Just keep your eye on that. So let's loop it. And as we loop it here, you can see it's pretty much staying still. This is all associated with that tropical system that is out in the Gulf. Your low is sitting right over Gainesville. So that's fortunately all the rain is offshore right now. We do have a power outage here to tell you about. Dale County. Customer has 777 customers without power. That's out of Dale County, Alabama. That's Ozark. That's Ozark, Midland City, north of Dothan, Ayrton, Daleville, Newton, Midland City, Ozark, Ayrton. So you got 777 customers without power right now out of Dale County, Alabama. For the Gulf Coast, you should remain dry until all this rain, until you get the outer bands, and when you get the bands, of course you'll have rain falling. So let's bring it back up here to Richmond, and let's tell you what's going on up here. For those of you that are just joining, we do have flood warnings out here in Virginia for flooding that happened yesterday. What happened was we had a bunch of, actually let me see if I can't pull it up here. I'm trying to pull it up, try to show the radar. Live from the Is Weather Time Texamet Studios.
Severe weather coverage starts right now.
Live from the Is Weather Time Texamet Studios.
Severe weather coverage starts right now.
Alright, so I'm going to show y'all what happened with these, storms here if the TV station would let me here. There we go. Let's see here. See if it pulls it up. There we go. So here we go. So it starts out midday. You start getting storms popping around Emporia, South Hill. So let's take it frame by frame here. You get these. You see what I'm saying? You get these storms that fire off. You get this, and then you get this big area that implodes, and that's why there was a flash flood warning in effect for Petersburg, Hopewell, Waverly, Wakefield. So you see where it blew up, and it just stayed there. it just stayed there, and it pretty much flooded everything over there. That's why we had the flash flood. We had a flash flood emergency yesterday for the city of Petersburg. They were doing high water rescues out of Petersburg yesterday. That's why we've had all this flood warnings. So here's some text on that. 7:25 Eastern Daylight Time. Flooding continues across the warned area. Between 3 and 7 inches of rain with localized values up to 10 inches have fallen over the past 24 or 36 hours. Flooding impacts will continue overnight, even with little to no additional rainfall expected. Some locations that will experience flooding include Petersburg, Dinwiddie, Hopewell, Colonial Heights, McKinney, VSU, Fort Greg Adams, which is also Fort Lee, Dispatana, Prince George, Ederick, Carson, Sutherland, DeWitt, Jordans Point, Garysville, Burrowsville, Reams, Richard Bland College, and Burgess. So that's pretty much, we've had a lot. This ground up here is very, very, very saturated. So any rainfall that we get, the ground can't soak up. So where does water go? It spreads out. When water can't go anywhere, you get flooding. That's why your ground is so saturated up here. You're just gonna have flooding everywhere. So let's take it to the SPC outlook here, and I'm gonna show you the excessive rainfall for Richmond. Okay, here's the SPC outlooks. Let's look at the day one outlook. Got an enhanced risk over Nebraska. Has a slight risk for a little bit of Iowa, a little bit of Minnesota, a little bit of Kansas, and got a slight risk over here in Wyoming, and a big marginal risk surrounding that the slight and the enhanced risk. You got a little marginal risk over here in the southern part of the state of Arizona. The other little green you see is a general thunderstorm risk. Day two outlook, you have that slight risk slides over into Wisconsin and Illinois, and this one over here slides across into Wyoming and into Colorado. Both slight risks, and you had a big marginal risk stretching all the way from New York, Maryland, southern tip of Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, a little bit of New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma. Up here in, like I said, Lincoln, right here. Here's Lincoln, Nebraska. Marginal risk for Nebraska, and then for Casper, Wyoming, and on down to, I'd say about Pueblo, Colorado. So that's your day two. Day three outlook slides all the way to the northeast corridor, up here around Maine, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, north of Cumberland, and all your little states right in here, north DC. And you got a big chunk of a general TSM risk. So for the Gulf Coast Richmond area, we don't have a risk zone for a quite while, and we definitely need it. We've been having severe weather risks, but we've been dealing with flooding a lot up here. I can personally say I've drove through some flooded roads. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring up a picture on the Wexo 5 here in a second. Let me find it first. I want to bring it up in the Wexo 5 if I can find it. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna show you the flooding. What we got for the flooding. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right with you. All right, so here's one of the pictures from from where I work at. Trying to get the whole thing in there. There we go. So that's one of the pictures that I took. This is at work. That's coming up all the way up to the tracks from that big. That's where I actually drive through that, coming in to catch a train. So that's one side of it, and I'll show you the other side. Um, there's the other side of it. So that's the other side of the flooding area. So let me walk you to where let me get your bearing straight here. This is the crossover where right there where you see the tracks. That's the crossover, and where you can see that water trailing. That's where we actually drive to catch a train at. You see the train in the background. That's probably a good maybe four, five, 4 to 5 inches of rain right there, and thankfully it's not touching that electrical box right there. But there's a pole in the water. Uh, this was a very large amount of rain that came through right here in downtown Richmond. So I wanted to show y'all that. That's what pretty much we've been seeing at Fulton a lot. That's where that picture was taken up. That was in Richmond. Um, sorry guys, I had to get a little bit of water there. So it also came and covered up this track right here. These two tracks run up here to the trash train, where we take crews to catch the trash train. So pretty much, now whenever all this rain did clear out, there was no washout right there, which is that's what we always like to see. But other than that, that's pretty much the rain that we've been dealing with for the past couple days. Rain that'll do that. So my storm reports map, I'm gonna show y'all some from the first round of severe weather. I'll show you what happened with that. I'll show you all the storm reports that happened with that. The storm reports map is powered by Google My Maps, and I'm very thankful that we have it. And after we get done with this My Maps, I'll show you the excessive rainfall for Mobile, Pensacola, and Richmond. This is the latest one that we have so far from July the 3rd. I'm just now in the process of getting them all updated. Let me bring it to. Let's get out of there. Bringing it to. Excuse me 1 second. Gotta get to the right one. So all my storm reports, they come in. That map I just showed, that is the storm reports map. I will show you where all the storm reports come in. The storm reports come in through my Discord server. They come in through the Discord. So here's the Discord server, and here's our storm reports right here. So if I show you, when I show you the storm reports, this is the Discord server. Here's your storm reports. So, for instance, in the city of Virginia Beach, they had a report of flash flooding at 6:39 tonight. River Creek overflowing, cropland yard basement flooding. Chesterfield County, 4 miles northeast of Winnepock. 911 call center reports flash flooding at night at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. High water was reported along Winnepock Road. And this is the storm reports that you just saw on the map there. This is where I get my storm reports from. This is the National Weather Service bot that is in Discord, and if you sign up for Textomet, or if you follow me on the It's Weather Time Wex Lab page here on YouTube, I will show you. This is where I'll put you in. If you have Discord, I'll put you in here, and you'll get all these alerts. This weather briefing, that's the most active one. That tells me everything that's going on. The storm reports are set for Virginia and Mobile. If you need storm reports from a different area, just let me know. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is the storm reports section. So let's go ahead and bring it back to. Let's bring it to the and the excessive rainfall, and it's on the SPC page here. So here's your excessive rainfall. I got it set for the Richmond area right now. So day 1 has a slight risk of excessive rainfall. That's at least 15% chance of excessive rainfall. And you can see it stretches all the way from Fredericksburg down to Roanoke Rapids to Elizabeth City, Virginia Beach, Newport News, Danville, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Blacksburg, down here into North Carolina, Greensboro, Durham, High Point, Salisbury, Concord, down to Charlotte. Winston-Salem has it. And it stretches all the way down to Atlanta. Cuts into Greensville, South Carolina. Anderson, South Carolina. Like I said, cuts to Atlanta. Sandy Springs. Gainesville, Georgia. That's not Gainesville, Florida. That's Gainesville, Georgia. Athens, Georgia. And that's pretty much where it stops, is Atlanta. Show you here. Yeah, it pretty much stops right there at Atlanta. So that's your day 1. So Richmond, you're in this, okay? Richmond, you're in the slight risk. So we have another day of trying to dodge rain and hope nothing else gets flooded out. So your day 2 brings it up to Richmond again. You're in this again. But you're not in the slight risk. You're in a marginal risk. That's at least 5%. Up here in the slight risk, there's like I said, a 15% chance. You got places like Baltimore, Cumberland, Maryland, Morgantown, Clarksville, West Virginia, Parkersville, West Virginia. Places like Canton, Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio, Warren, Ohio, Cleveland, Akron, Worcester, Mansfield, Lorraine. Out here into Pennsylvania, you got Scranton, that's in it. You got Williamsport in it, State College, Altoona, Johnstown, Greensburg, Pittsburgh, and Indiana. This marginal goes all the way up into New York. It goes for about Erie, Dunkirk, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Goes down here until New York City, Long Island, Brentwood, Clinton, Yonkers, Bridgeport, right here into Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, Boston, you're out here, Springfield, Massachusetts, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So, and then it goes all the way to Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, you're in it. Columbus, Ohio, you're in it. Louisville, Kentucky, you're in it. Fort Wayne, Indiana's in it. Carmel, Indiana's in it. Greenwood, Indiana's in it. You got a big stretch of it right here in Kansas. You got Topeka in it. Wichita, south of it. Kansas City, you're in. St. Joseph, you're in. For Iowa, Cedar Rapids, you're in. Davenport, you're in. Illinois, Bloomington, Illinois, you're in it. Aurora, you're in it. Chicago is out. Chicago's in a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. So Rockford, Illinois is in it. Zoom in here. Clinton is in it. Muscatine, Iowa is in it. So up here in Wisconsin, places like Milwaukee's in it. Madison's in it. Green Bay, Wisconsin's in it. La Crosse is in it. Over here in Iowa, Waterloo's in it. Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Muscatine. Mason City's out of it. Mason City's in a marginal. The I-35 is in a marginal until you get about into Kansas. Okay? So St. Paul, Minnesota, you're in it. Rochester, Minnesota's on the line. So we're going to call them marginal. Mankato is in it. Wausau is in it. So, and it stretches all the way back into Albuquerque, Tucson, Denver, and up into Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas and Nebraska. Florida Panhandle has a marginal risk. Mobile, Pensacola, Biloxi, Milton, Pace, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Shalimar, Crestview, Funiac Springs, Paxton, Tallahassee's in it. Tampa's in it. Cape Coral's in it. Miami's in. Fort Lauderdale's in. Port St. Lucie's in. Over here in Alabama, you got Mobile, Spanish Fort, Daphne, places right here. Robertsdale's in it. Summerdale's in it. Foley's in. All of Baldwin County is in it. Okay? Same as Mobile County. It's at least 5%. Baton Rouge, Louisiana is in it. New Orleans is in it. Homa's in it. Lafayette's in it. Gulfport, Pascagoula, Biloxi is in it. So that's your day 2 outlook. Let's see what your day 3 outlook looks like. And still the same places I called. But Biloxi, Pascagoula, Gulfport, you're in a slight risk. Baton Rouge, you're in a slight risk. Across the Arizona, New Mexico, a little bit of Texas, almost central and southern Colorado, almost the whole state of Kansas, almost the whole state of Missouri, Illinois, whole state of Indiana, the whole state of Ohio, whole state of Kentucky, the whole state of West Virginia, almost the whole state of New York, and up here in the Northeast Corridor, you all have a marginal risk. Florida Panhandle, Southwest Alabama has a marginal risk for day 3 excessive rainfall. Day 4, this is where we are going to spend most of our time, right here. Day 4. Day 4 has a moderate risk of excessive rainfall. Places for Alexandria, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles. Let's get you in a little tighter here. Get you some of the big cities here. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Port Arthur, and Alexandria, you have a moderate chance of excessive rainfall. Flash flood guidance within 25 miles of a point is at a moderate, and that's at least 40% chance. So you have a good chance of excessive rainfall. Surrounding that, you have a slight risk all the way from Pascagoula all the way to Houston. Surrounding that, you got a marginal risk all the way from Houston to Tallahassee, north, almost the whole state of Alabama, the whole state of Tennessee. And up here around Charleston, West Virginia, you have a slight, and it goes Richmond, of course, we're in it the day 4. Surrounding all that, you have a marginal risk. Day 5, marginal risk of excessive rainfall for almost the whole southern southeast sector of the United States, minus around Tallahassee and south, Atlanta south, and South Carolina south. Baton Rouge, still the whole state of Louisiana holding on to that slight risk. Indiana, Illinois, Iowa still holding on to that slight risk up there. And that marginal risk goes from New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, north, east, and a little bit of the southern states. So that's all I got for you tonight. I know this has been a long stream, but we just got everything set up back to where we can stream. So we're good now. Other than that, y'all have a good day, and we will catch you on the next one. This has been a severe weather coverage from the It's Weather Time Wex Lab and Textamet Studios.